Hi, it's Ed Begley Jr. I'm happy to be here at this green conference in Florida, and I've been to the Tampa Bay area before, and it's a great region, and there's a lot of people very hungry for energy efficiency. You know, there was some positive influences. My dad was a conservative that liked to conserve. He turned off the lights and turned off the water and saved string and tinfoil. He had lived through the Depression. He was a positive influence, and scouting was a positive influence. I got to see nature up close and personal in the Boy Scouts and liked it. But the negative influence was the most powerful, and that was the negative influence of living in smoggy LA for 20 years. You know, through the 50s and 60s. So by 1970, I'd had enough. When Earth Day came along, I jumped on the bandwagon and, you know, said, I want to do whatever I can to protect the environment. I'm fed up with this smog and I want something different. So I started recycling, I started composting, I rode the bike even more than I already had, I took public transportation even more than I already did, and I even bought an electric car in 1970. And all of it saved me money. It was cheaper to do this stuff than it was to live the other way. So I like that a lot. You know, back in 1970, it wasn't much of an issue at all. You know, I wasn't known at all. I was a struggling actor, had very little money. So that wasn't a problem. In later years, people would recognize me, but again, it was never a problem. People were very respectful on public transportation. A lot of time people would go, I'd hear them whispering, and I could actually hear them say the words, well, it can't be him. Why would he be on the bus? So I got a pass in that way. People certainly didn't bother me. They thought it was a lookalike or something, maybe. Yeah, I've been doing this stuff for many years, and then this friend of mine, Joe Brutzman, came to me and said, we should do a show about this. It's funny the way you are really into this stuff, and your wife, though she cares about the environment, she isn't nearly as into it as you. You know, she'd rather go shopping than, you know, ride a bike to make toast. So maybe there's a funny Green Acres kind of a show there, a reality show. And we started doing it, and people really responded. People liked it. Because for years I've been trying to have a green show, and I've had a few green shows. One we shot here in Florida called Today's Environment. It's a very good show, but it was, you know, just very factual and kind of, you know, a very dry show that didn't have a lot of entertainment to it. So with this entertainment angle of the relationship between my wife and I, we got a lot of people to watch. I think people need to do it really to protect our long-term health and wealth. I really mean that. I think that if you have a healthy environment, you will have a healthy economy. The reason we're in the trouble we're in today is because we haven't respected the economy or the environment. Both need to be revered, and I really believe that the economy is a wholly owned subsidiary of the environment. And so my father was a conservative Republican. I'm not, but he got it. You need to live off the interest, not the principal. You don't, you know, deplete your bank account. You don't deplete your savings and live off that. You keep that in there and you live off the interest. That's what we need to do with the land. You don't want to cut down all your trees. You need those trees for oxygen and many other purposes. So I think we can do that. We've been depleting our fisheries and our forests and many other things that we need, and we need to go in another direction. Now that there's 6 billion of us, we need to be careful. And there are hard-line, you know, Republicans that I know that I'm in agreement with on some key matters, like T. Boone Pickens. You know, we're politically quite different, but he gets the problem of 500 to 700 billion, depending on who you talk to, of our dollars leaving the country every year for imported oil. That's crazy. We can buy a lot of wind turbines with that. We can buy a lot of solar panels with that. We need to drive more fuel-efficient cars, make our homes and our offices more fuel-efficient, our factories more fuel-efficient, energy efficient. And in so doing, we will have the money to wean ourselves off foreign oil and to invest in cleaner, greener technologies. And, you know, it's not jobs versus the environment, it's jobs and the environment. Think about it for a second. You know, there's plenty of jobs making solar panels, you know, wind turbines, electric cars, hybrid cars, biofuels, you know, double pane windows, energy-saving thermostats, good insulation. You know, all these things, there's jobs doing those things too. So we need to make sure we have lots of green jobs and have the economy grow in that way. I think it helps a lot because you can go under one roof and see a lot of different green technologies and commiserate with other like-minded people. People want to save energy and protect the environment. And there's stuff here. There's always something at a conference like this that I learn, something new that people are doing, a different kind of solar, a different kind of wind turbine, a different kind of insulation. And people are here to get that information, because now with the economy the way it is, everybody wants to save money and energy costs are going up. So we need to do it, not just for the environment, for our pocketbooks. And those answers abound here at this wonderful conference. I have 2 grown kids, and they are committed environmentalists, both of them. They really care deeply about the environment. Their carbon footprint might be lower than mine. I have a 10-year-old daughter, too, and she also gets it in a very deep and meaningful way, and she cares about the environment. So, you know, that's the way they were raised, and they know that life, and they know they can still have a warm shower and a cool beverage. We're just going to do it more efficiently. I think we need to live simply so that others can simply live.